Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going on an island tour because I finished my DIY only island. So I've been working on this island for about 6 months now, and if you've been here with me for a while, you will know that a couple of weeks ago I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown, I suppose you could call it. And I completely destroyed my whole entire island and flattened it and decided to start again.
Why?
I didn't really want to bore you with another 6 months of speed builds, so I decided to complete it all off camera, and now we're going to go and have a look at it. But let's not forget I was also doing some other challenges along the way, such as getting all of the golden tools and breeding all of the flowers. And I am very happy to say that I have finally completed every single task. Red was really holding out with me on the art, but I finally got the last 2 pieces that I needed and everything is done.
Yay!
So here is my map. At the time of recording this tour, I had not set the dream address yet, so I will pop that on the bottom of the screen for you now. Now, none of these villages are the villages that I started with. I did amiibo, I think almost all of them in except for maybe 2. But my villages are Maple, Tangy, Julia, Hamlet, my baby Murphy, Daisy, Goldie, Stitches, Lily, and Freckles. And you can probably also tell from looking at the map that the back of the island isn't done. It is still decorated. I put up a heap of cliffs and I filled it with trees, flowers, and crops. I just didn't really want to have to completely decorate every single inch of the island. This was done purely to save time. Anyway, enough of me yapping, let's get on with the tour. Now, I'm not very good at giving island tours, so I'm going to do my best. But, as you can see at the entrance here, we have Tangy's house. Oranges are my native fruit, so I thought she would be perfect for the entrance, and I just love building for Tangy. So she's got a little stall here where she sells everything, you know, orange related. I do have a speed build up for this one on my channel if you want to go and check it out. And then if you go to the left here, I do have just like a little berry patch on the beach. The beaches aren't really decorated all that much, I just wanted something cute and simple. And then I've also got a little picnic area off to the side here. And then if you go to the left up this incline here, this is where I have Nook's Cranny and the Able Sisters store. I also have a speed build up on my channel for this one if you want to go and have a look at that. But everything else on the island is new. So when you walk down the incline here past the shops, you will find Hamlet's house where I built him a little potato patch and he's got like a little cooking area. I honestly don't know what made me want to do potatoes for Hamlet. I think it might be because he looks like a potato. Now we're going to go down towards the front of the island. You can get around my island in multiple ways. I don't like to make it so you only have to go in one direction. But down here we have Julia's house. I really like her house. I love the blue colour, so I decided to make her a blue and white themed flower garden. I really like the way this turned out. I think it just feels nice and cozy. And then of course down on the beach here we've got minimal decorating. I didn't really go all out for the beaches. I never do. It's just by the time you finish the island, who wants to decorate the beaches? Honestly. And then up on the left behind Julia's house we've got Murphy. And of course he is a cute little green bear, so I've done a green theme for his area. And I've built him a nice little pumpkin patch. And then towards the back here we've got Freckles. I was really inspired by the colour of her house. I love the orange and I love the pink on the roof. So I decided to build her a flower garden to match the theme of her house. And as you can see, this is where the cliff tops start at the back of the island where I've got it all blocked off. Over on the beach here I've just got some like gel bars and trees blocking off the area. Not that it really matters because there's nothing there to see anyway. Now if we follow the path along here, this is going to lead to where Lily's house is. Just like Tangy, Lily is one of those villages that I really love designing for. I had so much fun with this build. I decorated it with a lot of whites and greens, and I've got a little garden stall here for her next to her house. And I don't know, I think it turned out really well. This might be one of my favourite builds on the island. Okay, so we're going to go back to the entrance now because like I said, there are multiple ways that you can get around this island. So if you go past Tangy's house here, you're going to end up at Resident Services. And to the right here, I've built a little bike rental area, but because this is a DIY only island, I actually don't have any bikes, which is why it's kind of overgrown with a few flowers and weeds. If you go behind resident services here, you are going to find a little flower garden. One of the challenges that I was doing with this island was I had to grow every single hybrid flower there is. So this is my proof that I grew every flower in the game. And then directly behind that we have the museum. I wasn't really sure what to do with this area because, I couldn't use any statues or anything like that to decorate out the front. But then I found this picture online with the fountain and I thought, oh, that's really cute. I want that on my island, so I used that for some inspiration. And then at the back, I've just got it decorated with a heap of vines and a lot of the black, white and green flowers because I didn't really use the black flowers anywhere else. And I don't know, it just felt fitting for them to go here, and it also feels like it's an extension on Lily's yard, which is right next door. And now we're going to go look at Stitch's yard, which is just next to resident services. This was another one of those areas that I just really enjoyed doing. I wasn't really sure at first what I was going to do with his yard, but I was looking at custom designs online and I came across this stall design. I don't know what it is, but it just screams Stitches to me. So I decided to make him a little food stall because, as you know, he is a lazy. He loves to eat food, so I figured he must like to make it as well. Using this many different colours in one spot isn't exactly something that I would normally do. I feel like when other people do it, it looks really good, but then when I do it, it's kind of like, But I think this area worked out really well. And then if you head down towards the front of the island, on one side is where you've got Tangy's house at the entrance, and then on the other side I've got Goldie and Daisy. So Goldie grows wheat and Daisy grows sugarcane, and then together they have a little stall where they sell lots of breads and little cakes. And then just behind their house here I've got a little seating / park area that overlooks a lake. Honestly, I just needed to fill the space with something, and if you're ever in a bit of a spot where you're like, ooh, I don't know what to put here, just waterscape it. Waterscaping always seems to work. And then if you follow the path up along the side here, that is going to lead to my house. I've got a little garden out the front here with some pumpkins and potatoes. And we will go into my house and have a look in a moment, but I am going to warn you, I didn't really decorate it. You will find out in a second. But I just want to show you the campsite real quick. Honestly, I had the campsite on a cliff top way at the back of the island, and I finished the island and then realised I actually didn't put the campsite anywhere. And I did have this beach area up the top here that was empty, so I decided to put it here on the other side of the river mouth. And it fits in there perfectly, so I think it was meant to be. So this is the inside of my house. As you can see, it is not really decorated. My original plan was that I was going to decorate it with all of the clothes that my villagers have gifted me, because one of the rules of my challenge was that anytime a villager gifted me a piece of clothing, I had to wear it. But they just gave me so many things, I honestly didn't know what to do with it all. So I've kept it pretty simple inside my house. On the walls, I've got the posters that I got from Blathers for completing the museum. And of course, I've got the photos that I collected from my first 10 villagers. Otherwise, I have all of the rooms blocked off. Not that it really matters because there's nothing in them anyway. And then if you go behind my house, I've got a little community garden. Another gotta be honest moment. When I finished the island, I had this space left over in the middle and I didn't really have anything else to do with it. I had a couple of trees and some crops left over, so I figured, why not just make a little garden? And I think it turned out pretty well. And then for the last build that I have to show you, if you follow the path around here, this leads to Maple's house. Now I know this is a Springcore island and Maple isn't really a Springcore villager, but she's adorable and there was no way I was going to let her leave my island. So there you have it, the island tour is all done. Like I said, I'm not really good at giving island tours, so let me know what you think. Did I do okay? I kind of feel silly when I'm doing an island tour and I'm going around saying, look what I done here and look what I done there. I never really mastered the whole island tour situation, but I thought seeing as I did nearly all of this off camera that I better show you what I got done. But yeah, so that is all for Thistle. It is all finished. Unlike my previous islands though, I'm not going to delete it this time. This is the first time I've ever completed the museum and the first time I've ever grown every flower in the game, so I've decided to keep Thistle as my new forever island. I mean, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I do like to delete islands and restart, so hopefully I stick to my word and don't do it this time around. So that is going to be all for today's video, but I do want to let you know I do have a new series coming out very soon. I have already started a new island. I've got a couple of episodes ready to go. It is another challenge island and I'm very excited about it. I was going to tell you what the challenge was, but I think I might keep that a secret for now. So yeah, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!